That was a great job there defensively by Marist. They went down with a two on the captain, and then they thought they had a gap, but Marist just pulled in an extra defender. Then all of a sudden, yeah, 4 defenders right there in front of the goal.
3 minutes evaporated in this second quarter. Looking ahead. Donley up to Alverson. Toss inside. Here's Lee Leiter, the captain. Throws it out and away. Juju Amaral. Over to McKay. McKay fires a missile and it misses.
That was a great job there defensively by Marist. They went down with a two on the captain, and then they thought they had a gap, but Marist just pulled in an extra defender. Then all of a sudden, yeah, 4 defenders right there in front of the goal.
3 minutes evaporated in this second quarter. The Gauchos able to pull even. Marist trying to change that. A shot inside, but palmed and roofed by Ava Donlevy. So stellar. The Santa Barbara City College transfer has been a crucial addition to the Gauchos team. Played on that championship team at the community college level for water polo. Five to shoot for the Gauchos, but the Red Foxes relentless in their defensive pressure. Now transition, this is where they are best. Marist up ahead, a chance at the net for Carrington. Carrington scoops it up after an exclusion on the Gauchos. And a timeout is going to be taken by Coach Vidal of Marist.
A good exclusion right there. Had a one-on-none opportunity, and when you get beat, that was a good opportunity by number 8, Drew Halverson. Even though they got beat, was able to pull her down, and obviously you never really want to say that's a good foul, but that was a good foul right there, stopping what could have been a one-on-none opportunity.
Yeah, and just looking how things have gotten this way. Again, Marist hot out the gate. They've been playing some of their best water polo this weekend. We're able to get out to another early lead like they did against the number 7 ASU and are looking to keep hanging on to it. Led by 3-1, but then the Gauchos came back with a pair of answers from Juju Amaral and most recently Emily Ferguson with a nice skip shot off of that left wing. Marist, I'm surprised honestly on the timeout from Vidal. It was a power play opportunity. I don't know why he'd want to slow that down for his team.
I think he wants to slow it down because he knows this is going to be a game of inches, a game of leaders, if you will, trying to get in, trying to make the most of each and every opportunity. And I know you never want to ruin it when you're right in front of the goal, but when you have that exclusion and you already got to pass it back out, might as well as reset. And now you have a plan coming in when the other team's down 1. So let it be known that Coach Vidal, he's going to come in with one of his best plans.
Coach Vidal looking to set up the power play opportunity for the Red Foxes. A chance to take the lead once more. Man, we got a good one on hand right now.
Yeah, we do. Get your popcorn ready because we have quite the game here at Mona Plummer.
It'll be tossed in from the near side of the pool right here with the official in white. Treading out into the middle of the pool is Sanchez. Carrington to the far side. Hunt gets it back in the corner. Liana Hunt swimming in. Straightaway opportunity, skipped across and a shot, but no good. Denied at the net. Emily Ferguson comes up with the block. The shot clock resets though, and Marist retains possession. Kendall DeBeer. Juju Amaral trying to come away with the steal. Carrington back to that far side. Treading inward is Dean. And another opportunity here for Marist. A toss inside, no look shot for Shanae Carrington, her second.
What a great job finding the gap. Was underwater initially, but then just submerged and then found the gap right up top.
And And that's what you call instincts right there, muscle memory. And Marist back in front.
Great pool vision, just finding where nobody was and found the gap and found Shanae Carrington right in front of the goal.
Toss from Don Levy, over ahead to Juju Emerald. Tossed inside, and now a power play opportunity on the exclusion for UCSB. This is their chance offensively, and they convert. Cami Mrars out of Mater Dei produces a tie.
Another equalizer. When this is something similar that we saw in the Santa Barbara game. When you break a tie, one team's going to sigh, but then the other team is going to try and get back right in it, and that's exactly what we saw from Santa Barbara.
Mars, a goal yesterday, now a goal today. She's been so stellar in her improvement through the years. Voted the team's most improved player last year. Had 30 goals and 11 assists. The year before, just 11 goals and 3 assists. So she's continued to progress through her collegiate career. UCSB looking for their first lead, and they have it! The Gauchos retake the advantage for the first time today, and Aiden Flynn is the one to do it.
I mean, the skip shots just proving vital here for the Gauchos. They have found their stride. Haven't been able to do a lot with the in-air shots, but the ricochets proving trouble for Sanchez in goal.
Saw the kind of toss opportunities, those soft little floaters, but it's the skip shots that have been working lately for UCSB. And now the Gauchos, for the first time today, find themselves ahead, 5-4 the lead for UC Santa Barbara. Now the pressure on Chris Vidal. For the first time today, the Red Foxes trail. Here on the near side corner, McCarroll tosses it inward. A double team by the Gauchos. Pestering away the Red Foxes' opportunities. 7 to shoot. Brard from distance skips it across and through the double team and in, somehow splits the D and finds the back of the net. And we're tied once more. Back and forth we go here on Mona.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching a boxing match. Not two water polo teams, just each team trading jab for jab.
Jab for jab we go. Some substitutions for the Gauchos and another one for Marist. Both coaches amped up. I've hardly seen either of them sit. Know the stakes of this game. UCSB needing to respond after a tough loss to San Jose State. Their only losses prior to that loss to the number 19 Spartans was to teams within the top 10.
That they do. They know this is a neutral site game, and especially for Marist, when you have that long journey, you want to have good emotions when you leave the Valley of the Sun.
Emily Ferguson to the top point. Mullane, Halverson, working it around the world, and it's skipped in, but she can't pull off what the Red Foxes were able to and be able to skip it through the defense as it's palmed up by Sanchez. Another steal now for UCSB, a chance to get going in transition. Thrown ahead, full court heave, Shear. Fires a rocket, but it ricochets off the right post.
Such a missed opportunity there. Had a good look, but just great job by the Marist defenders, just getting hands in the way and making the goal look smaller. That's what caused the miss from Shear.
Here come the Red Foxes. McCarroll dishes it inward. Minute to play in this first half. All tied up 5 apiece here in Tempe. Brard, left side, tosses it in to DeBeer. DeBeer back to Brard. A floater floats up top and flies onto the top of the net.
Well, if this were basketball, that'd be worth 3 points, but instead it's no goal. as the Spartans, as not the Spartans, the Gauchos will push the other way.
Halverson swimming forward. UCSB trying to take the lead into the break. JoJo Shear, pestered by the Red Foxes. Inside, 10 to shoot. Exclusion, power play opportunity here for the Gauchos. Shot clock resets. And an easy lay and shoot from Drew Halverson. And just like that, UCSB finds themselves in front once more.
That was just a misread from Marist. It looks like they were still adjusting to the power play. Then Halverson said, "You're going to leave me that room. I'll take advantage of that," and just plopped in a goal.
Halverson, incredible player. Graduate student, experience for the Gauchos. Spent her entire career at UCSB, and a crucial goal to give the Gauchos the lead going into the break. If Marist cannot respond here, plenty of time still left.
Anytime you have a fifth-year score, that also does something for you momentum-wise, because that's a veteran piece.
A veteran piece. With this UCSB squad trying to hold off Marist here at the end of the half. 20 seconds left. 5 seconds between shot clock and game clock. 7 to shoot. Marist being pestered away. Inside look for the Red Foxes, but it doesn't go for Victoria Padilla, and the clock will expire there. UCSB, who trailed for most of the first half, is able to get a crucial goal from their experienced veteran, Drew Halverson, to make it 6-5 Gauchos heading into the locker room.
Yeah, well, you mentioned a game of inches, a game of leaders it is, each team fighting, and it appears that Marist was first to bow out in the second, appeared to be the first one to bow out in this first half, but don't do anything short. If we've learned anything from this tournament, it's that this game goes period by period. And even though the Gauchos won the second period, who's to say what happens in the third? It's all about adjustments at halftime, which each team has proved that they can do in this tournament.
High pressure, high pace. It's a fun one here in Tempe between UCSB and Marist. We'll be back with half number 2 after this one. The Gauchos lead it 6-5 at the break on Blaze TV.
Many friends have been there along the way. The World According to Zippy with Max Cepeda. Fridays at 9 a.m. only on Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com.
It's the Review Squared.
We're back here at Mona Plummer Aquatic Center, underway in the second half. UCSB trailed most of the first half, but they have the lead now, leading 6-5. Parker Burrell and Blake Neiman have to be with you on this gorgeous Sunday, the Super Pool Sunday in Tempe, Arizona. A gun and a fire and a connect for Emily Ferguson. Doubles down, and now UCSB not just with a lead, but with a multi-goal lead.
Man, you talk about starting the half off right. We were questioning about what Marist would do, how they would respond after the lead from the Gauchos, and it appears defensively they're just letting up too many opportunities.
Marist, we saw yesterday 4 goals in that first half, just 3 in the second half against ASU. This one swatted away at the net. Ava Donlevy holding it down for the Gauchos.
Just an iron curtain falling on that defensive side for the Gauchos. Not a lot of opportunities that you're going to find, not even just in this tournament, but in this game, period.
Ferguson flings it over to Drew Halverson. Halverson over to the far side, under 10 to shoot for UCSB. Opportunity straight away, but it flies over to the head of the net for Drew Halverson out of San Ramon, California. Marist needing an answer. Here comes Layla McCarroll. Throws it over to the near side. Kendall DeBeer, the South African native, tosses it back into McCarroll. Pump fake, swirling it around in the air. Gets it into Ella Baumgarten. But the Red Foxes lose their paw on it. Can't quite clinch it in. Cami Mrars treading along that far side. Paige Nagel right in her face. Tossed ahead to Camilla McKay. Under 10 to shoot for the Gauchos. McKay treading inward. Intercepted in the red area by Ella Baumgarten. A great defensive play.
Man, just got her mid up there. Baumgarten had that. I want to know that wingspan. That was such a high elevation to go up there and just snatch it out of the air.
A member of the All-American selection team as an honorable mention last season for the ACWPC. A stellar player for the Red Foxes. An opportunity inside. Rachel Dean. It's called for an offensive foul in the red area. Or it's exclusion against the Gauchos. Excuse me. Now it's going to be a shot opportunity here for Marist. A free shot, and it misses off the crossbar. Kendall DeBeer had a chance, but she couldn't convert. And Dawn Levy gets some help from her goalmate. UCSB will take it the other way. Drew Halverson retreating back. The All-American in her face. Tossed over to that far side, and a shot doesn't go for Ferguson. Emily Ferguson really stepping it up today. Already 2 goals. She's been very active. Ferguson from the near corner. Looking for options. Finds Halverson. It's been a back and forth game with those two so far. Juju Emerald. Over to that far side. Camilla McKay. Back to Emerald. Juju. Flies over the left corner. Little bit too high on that arc.
Getting a lot of hands in there. Marist buckling down defensively after that first goal to open up.
Oh, nearly a steal there by the Gauchos. Lay Leiter pestering the Red Foxes offense. Paige Nagel looking for a chance inside, and she can't find her teammate Rachel Dean. And is taken away by the Gauchos once again. Squandering the offensive opportunity is Emily Ferguson. Such a great two-way player. Doing it all over the pool today on both the offensive and defensive end. And really impacting this game in all facets.
You know, when you pick out a player, why get you one that's a specialist when you can get you one that does it all?
Exclusion against Mariston. With that, looks like Chris Vidal is going to take a timeout, and we will too. A tight one in Tempe, but UCSB with a multi-goal lead, 7-5, with under 5 to play here in the third on Blaze TV.
Exciting semester of sports that includes the beginning of hockey and basketball, the heart of the NFL and college football seasons, the MLB.
BlazeRadioOnline.com. Peace and love, everyone. Jam with you on Monday.
Back here at the Mona Plummer Aquatic Center on a gorgeous Sunday in Tempe. Super Pool Sunday here on Blaze TV. Thanks so much for being with us and enjoying some great water polo. A great match once again between two stellar teams. One already in the rankings, but the Red Foxes trying to work their way into them. UCSB trying to bounce back from a tough top 20 loss to San Jose State yesterday. A multi-goal lead for the Gauchos. Can they spread it to 3? On a power play opportunity here, Juju Amaral tosses over to Christiana Mullane. Throwing back near side, Ferguson. Around the perimeter, 10 to shoot. Juju, far side, and a shot and a sink and a score! Christiana Mullane finds the back of the net.
What a great job just mixing it around, waiting for the right look, and then finding it. Good job there from Santa Barbara. Just mixing it up, waiting for the right look, and then you know what? Patience. It's a virtue for a reason.
Mullane wants to be a lawyer. She lays down the law. As UCSB takes the 3-goal advantage. And really a swinging momentum in this second quarter. After the Red Foxes led for the majority of the first half, now find themselves trailing by a trio here in the third.
Yeah, just as tides go in and out, it seems like that's the way this momentum has been this game.
Marist now on a power play. Could this be their chance to regain some life? Layla McCarroll flips it over to Leanna Hunt. Hunt's been quiet today. Back to McCarroll. Swinging it around, top point straight away, but no good for Victoria Padilla. And now a defensive penalty against the Gauchos. Still a power play chance for Marist. McCarroll tosses far side, back to the top point. Here's Padilla. Leanna Hunt. Inside shot and a score for Layla McCarroll. Her second today. And the Red Foxes shorten the deficit.
Yeah, way to limit the bleeding. They've been really quiet offensively so far this half, so as we get to the second part of this quarter, it's good to see them get on the board if you're a Red Foxes fan.
Nice splash to join us here in the booth.
Nothing to wake you more around all this electronic equipment than a little splash.
Very enjoyable. Heat is really starting to pick up, starting to feel it a little bit from the bitter cold morning that it was this morning. And Chris Vidal discussing with the officials. And Marist, it appears they're going to replay that play, so the goal is not going to count. Chris Vidal is discussing with the officials, trying to get confirmation of what went down later. But for now, they're going to replay the possession. Still a power play for Marist. The goal has been wiped off. 8-5 lead for the Gauchos still.
Yeah, definitely some confusion out there in the pool. Good formations from both sides. Santa Barbara clearly just buckling down on the goal, trying to be as defensive as possible and get as many hands in the way.
The official walks across in front of us, set up in the corner. Tosses it straight in, and we're back in action, 20 to shoot. McCarroll just had the goal. Now it's wiped off. Over near side, here's Hunt. Hunt batted away at the net. Ava Donlevy squanders an opportunity, and just when it seemed like Marist was moving toward the right direction, they immediately face a devastating setback.
Setback is right. You have all this momentum. You finally stopping a run, and then it just gets erased off the board.
Effelfinger throws it over. Back and forth they go with Ferguson. A right point chance. Skips across, but a bit left by Cami Mirars. Over halfway through this third quarter, UCSB has stepped up the defensive pressure, have found their offensive groove as the game progresses. It seems like they've just gotten better and better as the game has moved along, and it seems like Marist has continued to slip away in its momentum as the game's progressed. Donlevy looking for an outlet. Ferguson right in front of us here. Swerves around, evades a defender, swimming forward ahead. 10 to shoot, pitches it off to Mirars. Cami Mirars from straight away, and completely blocked by a pair of Red Foxes, putting up a volleyball type setup there on the block, and a timeout taken by Chris Vidal, his third timeout already, wanting to ensure that his team can regain some momentum to try and battle with UCSB coming up after this, including the next one with the host school. The hometown Sun Devils take on the nearby Ottawa, Arizona squad. And Marist will take a look at their upcoming schedule as well, along with the rest of the Sunday slate that we've seen today. Looking at the Red Foxes in their East Coast, they'll go ahead to the Wolverine Invitational out there in the Midwest, and then to the Bruno Classic to take on some Big Ten schools, some Ivy League schools. They already played Harvard this year. They'll get another crack at those that top 20 team. So some battle tests ahead that lie for the Red Foxes to continue to bolster their resume as they seek to be in the top 25, but also fight for the NCAA tourney in Berkeley. Shanae Carrington tosses it inside out of the halftime. And here comes another deflection by Ava Donlevy. She tips it out of bounds though, so it'll be right back toward the Red Foxes. McCarroll by this near sideline.
So when you push the other player into the corner, you basically have a second defender there. That's a tough spot to be in.
Shanae Carrington heaves one over to that far end. Rachel Dean tangled up. Trying to find an outlet. It's tipped up and away by UCSB, and yet another defensive stand. The Gauchos have gathered themselves and have regrouped since that early struggles, and they have been looking like the top 12 team that they are. Amaral up top for McKay. Far side try for Shear. JoJo Shear fires but misses a bit right.
Yeah, another one where I think if you wait, if maybe a couple more passes, a good job defensively crashing the boards for Marist.
McCarroll inside. Haley Brard, and yet another offensive penalty against the Red Foxes. That has been the entirety of what slowed down their offense in this second half.
You're completely right. That was a brilliant pass over to Brard, had a lane, but just couldn't snag it down with the grip, and that led to mispossession and then the turnover.
Amaral. Flip over to Valika. Valika back to McKay. Juju Amaral. Over to the far side, Valika fires and it's swatted away, but a second chance effort for the Gauchos. Again batted away. Lee Leiter had a chance, but no score, and a solid defensive stand for the Red Foxes.
Foxes need something going on.
Quick takeaway for UCSB. Winding seconds of this third quarter. Valika sinks it in the back of the net. With time winding down, Valika rises above the rest. And now it's a 4-goal lead for UCSB. What a turn of events here in Tempe.
Yeah, the freshman coming through late into this one.
A full pull heave is no good for Marist. And at the end of 3, UCSB leads it 9-5. A 4-goal advantage, a dominant third quarter.
Yeah, dominance is an understatement so far from Santa Barbara. Just suffocating Marist, and Marist not making the most of their opportunities, but putting forward a valiant effort, just can't finish it, but they just seem so close to doing so.
UC Santa Barbara needing a bounce back. They're on their way to it. We'll be back for the 4th and final quarter here on Blaze TV.
Student life and all things throughout the valley,
where we also talk about different schools' atmospheres, social media, and all kinds of things in culture.
So make sure you're tuning in every Tuesday night at 8
Super Pool Sunday. Hey, thanks for being with us on Blaze TV. My guy, Parker Perrell. Blake Neiman here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging with us. It's a great game we got on hand. UCSB starting to pull away from the Marist Red Foxes. And you know, Chris Vidal, he's so great at adjusting in-game, going to try to make some crucial adjustments to get the Red Foxes back in this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you said Super Pool Sunday, so you know, if your wings and pizza came early, why not get the party started here poolside with Blake and I?
Super happy that you are joining us. It's a gorgeous day in Tempe, Arizona. I'm sure Marist is enjoying it coming from the Northeast. UCSB. Looking to bounce back. Same with Marist. Both teams splitting yesterday. Looking to come away with a W today. Fourth quarter. Here we go. Seems like Marist has won every faceoff so far.
That's the way it seems. They have a lot of speed that Santa Barbara, they make up for by just closing them in and not letting them maneuver. So that is very true.
Captain Kendall DeBeer trying to set the tone for Marist in this fourth. A little flick inside, nearly found the net, but it doesn't quite. Pouncing on that ball quickly to avoid any opportunity is Ava Donlevy. And a 30-second timeout is going to be taken. This time is going to be by Sorella Kay. We'll keep it here. That's the first time she's used it today. It's mainly been Vidal, and there must have been, this is probably just going to be for a substitution change to allow some players to get some fresh legs.
Yeah, I don't think she liked the look out there. I think she noticed the differences out there in size and speed, and perhaps she wanted to put in some new legs out there, as you said. So good opportunity there to go ahead and do so. And since you have this cushion that they have right now, it's a good opportunity.
Looks like there was also some exclusion against Marist, so it was going to be a power play opportunity here now on the offensive end for UCSB. Donlevy in the center, up ahead to Juju Amaral. There on the left side, back to Amaral. Far side try for Mullane. Mullane gives it up here, back to the near corner. It's Emily Ferguson, so impactful today for the Gauchos on both sides. Up and around from Flynn. Amaral, 10 to shoot. Inside opportunity, and Monty Clemens tried to fist her way to the goal, but couldn't quite get it there.
Yeah, Clemens had a good shot, but just too many hands from the Red Foxes made contact and stopped that rifle of a shot from going anywhere.
Foxes out and running. Mullane disrupts. DeBeer, again, another block. Such a defensive-oriented team. We saw one of their best defensive performances yesterday from the Gauchos, and they have turned on that motor in the second half. Back and forth. Flynn. Straightaway look. Gives it up. Mullane. An offensive penalty against the Gauchos.
A good chance here in transition for Marist.
Yet Marist squanders that opportunity by a penalty of their own. Here comes UCSB in numbers. Ferguson, a one-on-one chance, skips it across, easy money, and it's double digits for UCSB.
F. Dollar finding the back of it, as you said, money right in the back of the net with the skip shot. What is it with Santa Barbara using the surface of the water to their advantage?
A tip of the cap to Emily Ferguson, a hat trick for the junior out of Carlsbad, California. First team All-CIF in high school. Won 4 Open Division CIF championships. At least she appeared in 4 and won 1 in 2018. So an experienced water polo player in the best state there is for the sport. Marist needing an answer. They have not scored in this second half. Rachel Dean to the corner. Shanae Carrington on the baseline. Getting close. And a great shot opportunity from Kendall DeBeer, but a better slide to the right and defense by Donlevy.
Yeah, the Cape of Good Hope native trying to bring some good fortune to her team, but just what a great job in goal from Donlevy.
On the power play after the exclusion are the Red Foxes. Around DeBeer to the far side. McCarroll tangled up with Amaral. McCarroll Back to DeBeer. DeBeer, a rocket, but it soars too high.
A rocket, as you said, just so much power on those shots, and just need a little bit of accuracy. If you just take another second, perhaps that one hits the back of the net, but with such a tight defense, it's no wonder why. Santa Barbara doing a great job stifling them.
Molly Souza from the right point, batted away by the Red Foxes, clawing that one from the air. Thrown ahead to the far end of the pool, a full court heave, but the great defender that Ava Donlevy is. We talk about how the best goalies in water polo are ones that meet players at the point of attack, and Donlevy embodies those qualities.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You won't see every goalie try and do stride for stride when you have those attackers swimming with full force, but Donlevy did, and she beat him to the punch.
UCSB starting to stretch and run away with it. 4 to shoot, a skip shot. That's how they've been able to kind of stretch their lead. No good for Juju Amaral, was kind of a crucial turning point in this game. Gave UCSB their first lead. Not trailed in this second half after going into the lead in the locker room. DeBeer flings it ahead. Some trouble in the pool. Carrington is submerged near the water. DeBeer works it around to that far side.
A power play chance.
Power play chance after the exclusion. McCarroll. Carrington. Inside, and a steal for the Gauchos. Aiden Flynn ripping it away from the Red Foxes. And again, going to retrieve the ball, Donlevy so secure, so poised with that rock.
Good, she just finds the lanes, finds the right lanes, finds the right place for the rock to go, and she knows the facilitators of the offense.
4 to shoot. Has to get it off Mullane, tries it, but clinks it off the top of the crossbar. More transition, fast break. Opportunity here for the Red Foxes. Have not scored in the latter half of this one after having a multi-goal lead in the opening one. Toss inside from Carrington. Overthrew her teammate in Dean. And Donlevy, a nose for the ball, has a better nose than all those Red Foxes.
Yeah, just squeezing her way in there, says I'll take care of that. And just now finds the right lanes.
UCSB goalkeeper so good at wrangling in those balls. More shot clock winding down. This time, showing off her poise in the net is Anas Sanchez. Batting off that opportunity from Juju Amaral, the team's leading scorer. Battle for the ball, McCarroll. Swimming ahead, but a double team by the Gauchos. And a timeout taken by Chris Vidal. He's running out of timeouts. And we will take a break with them. 2:22 left to go. The Gauchos double the lead against Marist, 10-5 UCSB when we return on Blaze TV.
And Kevin Jonapagio and many more. We will also be joined by experts to help us analyze the biggest global issues. Join us on Saturdays at 5 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
Hasta la vista, baby. Thank you.
Jammin', 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 Jordan and Maddie jammin', serving tunes, there ain't no famine, Wednesdays on Blaze. Country, sad girl pop.
News. Politics.
Entertainment.
Back here on Blaze TV, Marist on a power play after the exclusion by UCSB. Have been shut out by the Gauchos in this second half. Their gauntlet of a defense. Liana Hunt throws up top. Kendall DeBeer can't convert.
How many times have we seen that? Just a great look, but an even greater defense up front for the Gauchos.
Don Levy, the wingspan, the stretch, the slide. So good back there in the net. An opportunity inside, an alley-oop, and a convert. Kaylee Brard, the first goal of the second half for Marist. But it might be too little too late for the Red Foxes.
Yeah, you mentioned too little too late, but still, that's what we've seen from Marist so far this tournament. A little too late, but good to finally see them find some grooves offensively and work inside, which they haven't been able to do for a long time today.
Kaylee Brard out of Northridge, California. It's a great look inside. We talked about all those great passes, but this was the first one really inside. That was very high percentage. Drew Halverson looking to add the icing on the cake for UCSB. McKay on that far baseline, under 10 to shoot. Halverson from the top point over to McKay. Have to get a shot off. UCSB with a chance out in space, but Emily Ferguson already a hat trick today. That time she can't squeeze it in the net. Red Foxes urgently moving. Tossed far side to Victoria Padilla. Victoria. Taken down by McKay. Toss to the far side. Here's Carrington. Marist needs a score. Can they find one? Exclusion. Huge here for the Marist. Under a minute to go. Red Foxes need something quick. Carrington, near baseline. Top point, Leona Hunt. Straightaway opportunity. Brard gets walled up at a ricochet, and it rings true. Kendall DeBeer.
The Cape Colony Crusader finds the back of the net.
And Marist really turning on the burners here in these past 2 minutes, but still trailing by 3, 10-7 UCSB. And now Coach K is going to deploy some of her starting lineup back into the pool.
Seems like she's bringing in some muscle here to try and play it as defensive as possible. She went with speed with this pass line, but now bringing in a lot of the muscle in the lineup, it appears.
Just need a physical brick wall stand. Ava Donlevy so good all day, but the surrounding pieces around her have been even as superb. Donlevy letting some clock wind down as much as it can. Shot clock under 20. Donlevy still with the ball. Now finally gets ahead, 10 to shoot for the Gauchos.
Yeah, well, I know this game is, game's played in the water, but they're taking it out to the farm to milk some clock.
Juju Amaral fires that one off, but it's batted down by Sanchez, and now here in the closing seconds, a toss up ahead, and Marist will run out of clock. The Red Foxes came out hot at the gate, but their fire got watered down by UCSB. And that will do it for this one. UCSB, after a tough loss to San Jose State yesterday in the top 20, are able to bounce back in a big way with a huge win over a very tough and talented team in the Marist Red Foxes. Final score 10-7. The Gauchos take it.